What's going on, y'all? This is the Man Down Podcast. We running the 2-man tonight. Me and my dog Mel. Of course,
not a 2-man. So
I know. We just. I'm sorry. We talking about something different before.
Not a 2-man.
But as you can see, Man Down Zo here with my boy Mel. We just recapping these conference finals. Of course, we had the Celtics versus the Pacers tonight. Not really a contest once the ending score said so. But what you thought about it, Mel?
Was that hold on, did we talk about the Celtics last night? Because I think
we did. You called it.
I said, yeah, didn't we both say it wasn't gonna be close?
It was gonna be a blowout.
Okay. I wanted to make sure I said it on that one because I was on somebody else's podcast and I didn't know if I said it on theirs or ours.
It was ours. You definitely said it last night, and I agree with you because, like, how we started talking about the conversation was, okay, what's going on with the Celtics? Why was this game even closer? Because we're looking at the people on the rosters, and we both feel like Boston is the better squad. We feel like that. And you said sometimes I think Boston just get bored. They had the best win-loss ratio, playing teams over and over, 82 games a long season. Sometimes they have lapses where they know they good. They'll go up by 30 and then lose the game by 2 just because they know they have the ability to go up by 30 and make the game close again. You said, so I said, okay, so what do you think happens next? They wake up and they beat them by a bunch of points.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Hey man, I'm telling you, this NBA stuff is like mad easy to kind of predict. It's crazy, man. But I mean, 40 points from Jaylen Brown. You know, 40 points, man. And he was just concentrating on scoring and defending. He was defending Siakam, like, yeah. So and it was like, how you defend that well and drop 40, which leads your team. And he ain't concentrated on nothing else but scoring, defending. He only had 2 assists, so he wasn't even like, when I get the ball, I'm scoring.
Yeah, I'm going. You know what Mikey Brad said, and with help from the refs. I think it was a little help, but of course they were in Boston. But I think that it was just a matter of Jaylen Brown came out and he asserted his will. Jayson Tatum wasn't shooting the ball well in the first half, so that gave Jaylen Brown the green light, and he went and scored once the shot was falling early. He knew his defensive assignment was going to be Siakam, and Siakam had a decent game. Yeah, but you know, he a lot of his points came in the third quarter. You know, he saw that he had to lead the team because Halliburton was not having a great game.
And what quarter did he go out of the game?
Fourth. It was the fourth. The game, in my opinion, was all. I mean, it was. Nothing's insurmountable in this league because it's a game of runs. But looking at the score, I'm thinking, okay, and the way that Boston was playing compared to the way the Pacers were playing, I think the game was decided. But either way it go, he did go down and didn't return.
What did it look bad? I ain't see it.
It was non-contact, and they say hamstring, and I'm scared of any type of non-contact injury. He was just backpedaling. He was a defending, I think, a pick and roll, and whoever the big was, they showed. And he started backpedaling. When he backpedaled, his leg kind of stumped the ground. Yeah, went up immediately, and then they took him to the back, and he didn't come back. And they classified it as leg soreness. So we'll see. Hopefully, I hate that. Let's just start there. I hate that. I want to see him at his full potential playing against these dudes, especially after the year and all the buzz he's been getting. I want to see what he is. You know what I mean?
Even still, without him, when they go back to Indiana, they still gonna get a game. Because but I mean, they got to, like, that's just the NBA's business model, man. They don't. That's true. They don't do a lot of sweeps like that. They're gonna figure out a way to call the game where it's gonna favor Indiana. But this is the crazy thing. They game 1 was Indiana's game. That was their game, and I knew this was gonna happen game 2. But if they would have got their first game, then get one in Indiana, they can make this a series, man. But Boston, you know, they. Like, we can say all day long that they didn't play well and they almost lost, but they showed the heart of a champion by not giving up.
It's always 2 ways you can look at it.
Exactly, man. So
y'all let this team, you know, stay close with y'all, but guess what? The ending result was 1-0. They went up 1-0, and now they up 2-0. A couple of things that I definitely saw. Of course, you already brought it up. Jaylen Brown being able to carry the team offensively and defensively, guarding the best player tonight on that team. People say Halliburton's the best player, but Siakam was playing like the best player tonight. He took on that defensive assignment, and I don't think people know how hard that is to do when you have to guard their best player and you are being the best player on the offensive end. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of effort. We saw Ant try to be that last night when he was guarding Kyrie, and it was tough for him on the offensive end. It was tough for him. So I think that, with Jaylen Brown being able to do that, he deserved all the salutes. Question, Tatum, is there a reason for concern, or was just a bad shooting night?
Nah, I ain't never concerned. Never concerned with that. I mean, he's still coming out there playing good defense, and he still got. I mean, you talking about a bad shooting night, and I still give you 20 plus.
Exactly, he had 23. So I mean, if that's a bad night, then that's good. That's what superstars do. On a bad night, I can give you 23. If I ain't shooting the ball well, I still give you plus 20. And we got another dude who can, shoulder the scoring load if need be. That's why I think that this has to be the year for them. This got to be the year. But the only thing I hate to look ahead, but the only thing I hate is if they face Luka in the finals.
It's gonna be machine versus team.
Exactly.
And that's what I don't like, man. I want to see team versus team where the NBA don't have a invested interest in neither one of them, and we might see some pure basketball, but machine versus team, and then a storyline of Kyrie going against his old squad. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Man. Machine versus team gonna be ugly.
Exactly, because it's gonna be, even if Boston, and I think Bones just said Boston will beat the machine, and I think that they have the capability, because there is no. You just got to, like we always talk about, if the machine is against you, you just got to make shots.
Yeah,
you got to make shots, and you got to make a lot of shots. You got to do what you can do. Making shots is a part of it, and they got shot makers. They got guys that make shots. They got guys that can facilitate. Derek White is probably the best second, third / option, whatever you want to call him, because he can handle the ball, he can rebound, he can defend, he can score some, he can pass, he can do a little bit of everything. And anytime that one of the Jays are not living up to whatever their hype is, then he steps in and I think he had 23 tonight. So at the end of the day, they have so many dudes,
and they can get that from Holiday whenever you want to as well. I mean, it's man, bro. These dudes are bored, man. They bored.
They need a challenge.
Wow,
is that what it is?
They bored,
Bones,
man.
Talking about Jayson Tatum. We're talking about Jayson.
This dude said Jimmy. Hey, but that was a question. I no, I don't think. Well, the MVP race is over. I mean, I'm back to that question that Calvin asked, but the MVP race is over. Is Jokic, right? But do I think JT should have been receiving as much as votes as everybody else? I think it was SGA, JT, and then Jokic, not Jokic, SGA, then Luka, right? So I still think JT is there just because he's in the playoffs right now, and he got the luxury of having a good team that relies on defense and timely shot making. Now there's a difference between saying, okay, I need my best player to hit a shot now, versus coming out and saying we don't survive unless my best player is just shooting 35 shots a game. And that's what Luka does. Luka comes out and their game plan is Luka and Kyrie have to put up big numbers.
They have to,
because they're not moving the needle on defense. For Jayson Tatum, it's optional because we're going to stop you defensively and play smart basketball. I don't have to come out here and go nuts. That's why his numbers didn't look like MVP numbers.
Which is crazy, because you got to think about it. I agree, number one, and I think Bones said he agreed too. JT should have been in the MVP conversation ahead of Luka. Number one, best player on the best team. Like, this dude was by far, they have been the best team, the best looking team for a long time. I remember when Luka was the 5th, 6th, 7th seed. You know what I'm saying? The Mavs they got the ship right, which congrats to them. But you can't just throw a dude up there. Yes, he was the scoring leader, but JT was doing it on the defensive end, and he didn't have to score as much as Luka because that wasn't their formula. They had enough that they can spread the wealth. Some days it'll be Jaylen Brown. Sometimes it'll be Jayson Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. It is criminal that Jaylen Brown didn't make it all, because this probably has been his best year in the league this year.
Would you have put Jaylen Brown on third team over LeBron?
Yeah,
I would have too.
I'm not putting two dudes. We talked about it. We aren't putting two dudes from a Lakers team that lost 4-1 in the first round and was in the play-in over a team that should have been a team that got two. The Celtics, the number one seed in the East, who have been beating the mess out of people all year long, and like that, them consolation prizes. I'm just not in that. I'm just not into that.
The popularity contest.
Yeah, like stop doing that. Just because his name LeBron James. AD,
would you have left Steph off as well? He was on third team and he was in the play-in. Hold on, who was all in the play-in? Warriors and Lakers, right?
Both of them was in the play-in. And I can't give them that over a dude. Like, I get it, number one option, but I don't. Do we call LeBron the number one option right now?
That's you don't know, because it should be AD, but the way LeBron plays and has the ball, it almost seems like it's him, because he gets to choose if AD get a shot or not.
Exactly, and that's so I really don't know what it is. That's why the Lakers, I think, are going to fail no matter what, especially if what we think is going to happen with JJ Redick as the coach. They're going to fail. Please go back to this video when it happens. But like, I don't really know who the number one option is, but I'm not going to give this to LeBron if AD makes it. I'm not going to give it to LeBron.
Yeah, you can't give it to both of them.
I can't give it to both of them. Not two dudes on All NBA. All NBA got some real big implications, in case people don't know. Like, that's contract money. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it to the guys who really, really, really deserve it, because it means something for their contract going forward. And I feel like the way Jaylen Brown played, okay, this is a question I got for you, Mel. If the Celtics if they get somehow, some way lose to the Pacers, or maybe even lose in the finals, is this the end of that team as currently constructed with JT and JB?
If you can't afford it, then probably so. But I mean, if you can afford it, I ain't changing nothing.
Me neither.
I mean, come on, man. Drew Holiday, White, Tatum, Brown. I mean, you gonna have to find something different for Horford, because he's getting older, and like he's giving you all he got left.
Yeah,
and you don't know how long this gonna last. So
he playing a ton of minutes too. Like, with Porzingis being out, Al Horford is out of place in that team as far as playing the minutes he's playing. I think it's perfect as far as showing how to be a pro, veteran, professional. You know what I'm saying? I think that's perfect, but I don't think that he needs to be playing as many minutes as he's playing. Yet and still, they still winning. So, but yeah, man, Jaylen Brown, definitely. Back to your original question, Jaylen Brown, I felt like he should have been on an All NBA team, even if it was third team over LeBron. And that's no disrespect to LeBron, and they up in the stands will throw up his stats, but neglect the fact. See, this is what they do. They pick and choose, right? They'll say, look at his stats, man. He should have been, man. He's only on third team. He had better stats than such and such and such and such. Okay, but such and such was a B option on a better team that didn't have to deal with the play-in. Well, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be an individual award. But it would have been LeBron in that number one seed or number two seed, and then his stats was not as good as somebody else's. They would have switched their argument around. And that's the part that pisses me off the most when it comes to the fans.
Now, Booker and KD both got in there. KD got second team, Booker got third team. They got two in there. Do you think that was right?
I think they're in the West.
That's tough. I mean, they did make playoffs. What was they, a 7th seed or 6? 7?
They didn't have to play no play-in, so they had to be a 6 seed, top 6 seed.
Okay, yeah, 6, and Dallas was 5. Yeah,
Dallas was 5. So, I mean, I get it. The argument, of course, for me would be, Kyrie possibly over one of those guys. I mean, I'm not mad. I'm not as mad at it as a playing team getting guys on versus a team that didn't have to do that. Didn't have to even deal with the play-in. getting 2 guys on. And Booker and KD, I mean, looking at their numbers and looking at their playoff, what their numbers meant to their team, I understand it. Is there somebody that you would have taken off in the West? I know we're gonna probably get into this tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely get into it tomorrow, but just for tonight's sake, since it wasn't like it was a good game tonight, so we can talk a little bit about it. Who would you have? Is there somebody that sticks out to you that you would have taken off this team, East or West? Matter of fact, East or West, somebody that you would have taken off. We already spoke about Bron, and we already spoke about the Lakers and them having 2 guys. Anybody else that sticks out like
probably Kawhi. Not saying he ain't I mean, he's still a all NBA player. It's just with
time availability.
Yeah, I mean, and he was available for a lot of games this year, but it was like, when the Clippers was going on that run and it was winning a lot of ball games early on, they really died down toward the end, man. So I could see Kawhi coming down because I think he ended up on second team.
I think so.
He should have been third team. I think Giannis should have been second team. He was on first team.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at that type of stuff. Embiid, I don't think he was on there either because of the 65 games. So I mean, it's a lot of stuff you can look at. Kawhi, Phoenix getting 2, the Lakers getting 2, Giannis been on first team. All of that stuff I would look at. And then the guys who didn't make it, Jaylen Brown, I would see if he could fit in there over somebody, and possibly who else you think got snubbed?
Maybe
De'Aaron Fox.
Maybe De'Aaron Fox, maybe Maxey, who had his best year.
Maxey, but I'm going Fox over Maxey though.
I'm going Fox over Maxey too, because Fox, you know how we feel about number ones. He was the number one by default when Embiid went down.
And that ship sunk while he was a number one.
It did. They went from the first seed to having to play in a play-in. So at the end of the day, he showed that he is a great number 2. He a great option for number 2. Yeah. See, somebody else said Maxey was snubbed.
And look, and I would have put Ant on first team over Giannis.
Me too. How you feel about Luka on this All NBA scoring?
I like him on first team this year. I think this year is the first year he really deserved first team.
Me too, and that's why you ain't gonna hear me. Like I promise y'all, we are the mayors of fair. We don't be trying to hate on nobody. No. Honestly, like we really just looking at basketball for basketball. And this is the year that I feel like when you the scoring champ and your team in the playoffs, you've done enough to be on an All NBA team. And if you consistently playing well, especially like he did down the stretch, the good balance of scoring when I need to score, big numbers, and facilitating, letting Kyrie take that scoring load some of the times, we salute that. That's how we want him to play all the time. So it ain't got nothing to do with that. So I agree with you, man. This is a time that I'll give Luka his props and say that this first team is well deserved.
Now, District said Giannis' second team is wild. How is it wild? Like, I mean, you got Anthony Edwards, who led a team that was tied for number 1 in the West, who also played both ends of the floor, just like Giannis played both ends of the floor. But he led a better squad in a tougher conference. Yeah. You got to give it to Edwards this year. So if you got Luka and you got SGA and then you got Jokic, I guess those are no brainers. But Edwards and Tatum is a no-brainer as well over Giannis this year.
District, if you're still in the chat, I would love to know what makes you Mikey Brad. That's some ugly basketball. But yeah, District, if you're still in the chat, man, I would love to know what makes Giannis a surefire first teamer. Like you said, Giannis' second team is wild. I mean, we would love to know, because I'm not so mad at Giannis being second team.
Yeah, second team.
What did they accomplish? Anything other than a worse record after the firing of Adrian Griffin?
I got you, so I just throw the number up there.
Exactly, there it is.
Let's go ahead and call in. We got 10 minutes before we end it. We can go ahead and take the phone calls now. Yeah, call in about the Pacers Celtics, or call in about anything really.
anything basketball playoff related, we willing to talk about it, man. I just don't. I'm trying to think. Like, they had a worse record after the firing. Giannis goes down, best ability is availability.
Man, them boys were 17 and 19 down the stretch.
That's what I'm saying.
Caller from Raleigh, what's up?
What's going on, man? How we doing over there, man? Down.
We good. What's up? What's up?
How you doing, bro?
Already. Hey, man, I wanted to talk about the Celtics right quick. I know I ain't got long, so I'm gonna make it quick.
Go ahead, bro.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like Tatum and Brown are number 2 options, both of them.
Sheesh.
Because if you take one of them off,
in here, but you
take Jayson Tatum or Jaylen Brown off, any one. Replace them with Luka Doncic or Giannis. Maybe to a certain extent, LeBron. If you put any one of those guys on that team, they're winning the championship. Because the Celtics have a team full of defenders, shooters. They got the perfect roster, man. Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown has proved for years that they're going to make it far, of course, because the East is weak. It's been weak for years, which is why LeBron was able to do what he did, because the East has always been weak.
So your thoughts?
If you take any one of those guys off and you put a real superstar on the team, they're winning the championship.
All right, so this is my opinion. I'll let Zoe go. I agree with you that Brown is a number 2. I've always said Brown's a number 2, but Tatum
too.
Tatum is a legit number 1 for sure. And you're acting like they're not gonna win. How you know that they're not gonna win the championship this year? So if they win a championship this year, your whole statement falls apart. Correct?
Yeah, go ahead.
If they win this year, then what are your opinion change or not?
I don't think they're gonna win.
Why not?
I just don't see it with them guys. I just don't see it. I see Mavericks winning.
But you think Luka on his squad makes it better? Like they won 60 plus games this year. They coasted through the season. And you think Luka comes over there and changes it? So if Luka comes over there, the way they run their offense, do you see Luka coming off the ball as much as Tatum and playing as much defense as Tatum and having that team clicking on a higher level than what they got as Tatum as a leader? Like, let me ask you this. Let's take it step by step. Does the defense drop off if Luka replaces Tatum? Yes or no?
No.
What?
Because it's a team full of defenders. They got White, they got Drew Holiday,
and hold on, and Tatum is one of those defenders. So if Luka is replacing Tatum, you telling me there's 0 drop off from the defense?
It'll be a slight hit on the perimeter, but it's so many good defenders on that team. And Drew Holiday
it's only 5.
It's
only 5 on the court at the same time. So you got Drew Holiday, who runs the point guard.
Mm-hmm. He's guarding the best point. He guarding the guards over there,
right? And he runs the offense. Mm-hmm. And you got Derek White, who runs the offense. Mm-hmm. So if they're on the floor at the same time, and Luka is on the floor, in the place of Tatum, whoever Luka is guarding is lunchtime. On top of the fact, when you go on the other end of the court, now what does the point guard and Derek White and Drew Holiday do? Because Luka's got to play point guard. He's going to have the ball. So you're going to have Drew Holiday play a Kyrie Irving role where he just scoring and catching and shooting threes. Do you want Holiday doing that?
Absolutely not, because you misusing Holiday in the greatest sense of what he does the best. I don't agree. I think Jayson Tatum is a surefire number 1. I think he's the best player on that team who had the best record. I don't know what your basis is for calling him. I don't know if it's recency bias because he had a bad shooting game tonight, but I look at bad shooting. You still got 23 points. You played solid defense, and your team won by almost 20. Like, I don't see where the fall off, where either of them need to be replaced right now. I don't even see where that need is. So where I can say, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to take one of them off. And that's why I asked Mel a question earlier. Like, do you break this up if they don't win it? No, because they have the team to beat and to consistently go back. This is a team that the role players have changed, but those two have been a constant, and they've done nothing but gradually climb up the ladder. First, from the bubble until now, they've done nothing but gradually climb up the ladder, and that's honestly the way it's supposed to go. It's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be, hey, we got to this point, we didn't make it. Okay, we didn't make it to the finals. That's cool. Let's make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay, cool. We made it here. Now we made it to the finals, but we lost to a veteran team that honestly is just more experienced than us. Now what's next? They're going to keep climbing that ladder. They're going to keep doing it, tweaking the roster with those two guys. I think they are the perfect, honestly, 1A and 1B, because number one, Jayson Tatum can play the 3/4. Jaylen Brown plays the 2/3. They both can defend on the perimeter. We saw Jaylen Brown tonight defend Siakam, who is, yes, he's a mid-range shooter, but he's a post player too. He plays in the paint. Jaylen Brown took that defensive assignment, and yes, Siakam had a decent game, but Jaylen Brown had 40, and he played great defense down the stretch. Why don't you feel like this team those two guys in particular is good enough? I just don't understand it.
Because they've shown for the past 8 years that they can't get it done. I mean, let me ask you guys a question, man. If you're a team owner, how long are you giving this team, man?
Until they pass their prime. Until they pass their prime.
I like the Utah Jazz, man, because they came to realization quick. They gave that Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert shit 5 years, and they said, "The hell with y'all. We gonna get y'all, and we gonna get y'all out of here. We're gonna take some draft picks." How far
did Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert get them? Did they ever get to the conference finals or the finals? Because Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown got to the conference finals and went to a game 7 against the team that ended up going the distance in the finals with LeBron and whatever. They played Cleveland and went the distance with a sophomore Jaylen Brown and a rookie Jayson Tatum.
Exactly. There's a
rookie Jayson Tatum, a 19-year-old Jayson Tatum got to the conference finals and went toe-to-toe with LeBron at the time. And then they got to the finals, 3 or 4 years after that, after they revamped, after Kyrie left. These dudes are certified, bro.
Yeah, they certified, and they're still. I don't even know if they in their prime. They may be slight. Jaylen Brown, this is his best year in the league. This has been his absolute best year, bar none. No excuses. He has been the absolute best dude. To be next to the best dude. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand the comparison that you made. The problem with the comparison is they gave the Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert experiment up after 4 or 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. Neither one of those guys are better than these guys.
No, and they didn't take them nowhere. They gave up on them because they kept winning a lot of games in the regular season and getting put out in the first and second round.
Rudy Gobert is
the same with the Celtics.
They're not getting out put out first and second round. They get into the finals and to the conference finals.
How many championships does the Boston Celtics have?
They don't have none.
17, right?
They don't have none since 2000.
I'm talking about in all their existence. I'm talking about in all of their existence.
I don't know. They up there. They, Red Auerbach is
they up there with the Lakers, right?
Correct.
My point is they're not a small market team.
That's true.
Now, the Utah Jazz and the Sacramento Kings would love to be in the Celtics position. They would love to win a ton of games, make the Eastern Conference Finals, make the finals one year. They would love that shit. But these are the Boston Celtics.
Okay, so you want to give up on them before they turn 30 and then get who?
I'm cashing in on draft picks, just like OKC. You see what OKC doing? They got a plethora of draft picks. They got Shea. them boys is good.
Listen, I agree that they are good, but if you cash in Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum with draft picks, guess what? You are gonna be. It's gonna be a longer wait for you even sniff anything. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Nobody's doing that, man. Not before they 30. They're not even 30, bro. They 26, bro.
26. Like they're still young dudes, and that's why you stick with them, because they're still young dudes. They're still high level basketball players. Jayson Tatum is MVP conversation, all NBA. You know what I'm saying? Number one option type dude. Jaylen Brown is all-star, all NBA third team type player. He's that type player. When you have those two foundational pieces and you drafted them, you hold on to them for as long as you can, especially if they're getting you to the Eastern Conference Finals and the finals year after year. Only one team wins the championship. Only one. So I'm not faulting them for not winning it, especially if they ain't reached 30 yet. It takes experience. It takes different teams. We are a microwave generation, and I think that's part of the problem. If you don't win a championship in 3 years, everybody's willing to blow it up. They're like, oh, nope, this ain't working. Let's go do something else. And that's not the answer. That a lot of those dudes from back in the day, they had to cultivate their team. They had to find the right mix. They had to find the right coach. They had to find the right mix of talent with their stars in order to be able to achieve that ultimate goal. So I am not okay. Matter of fact, yes, I am. Yeah, the Hawks got the first pick. Please trade Jayson Tatum to us. Please
send him to Charlotte too. Hey, look, so this comment. Hey, have you ever met a person to call in sick and then show up to the company picnic later that night?
I think I know a person that worked with us.
Yeah, but this comment was good. He said,
"It's great.
You don't break up a team whose floor is the Eastern Conference Finals."
Hey, Chris, that's real.
That is real.
They at least
go get you to the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's the floor.
That's the floor.
And they under 32. I can't. Yeah, there's no draft pick. But for one, the draft is a gamble. It's a gamble. OKC didn't draft Shea. They ended up getting Shea for a couple of other stars, and they didn't.
The Clippers. They finessed the Clippers.
Yeah. They did. They got what they got from the Clippers. Got Shea, but Shea wasn't Shea back then. We just didn't know. We know he had potential, and we know that he had the potential to be good. But a lot of the times, that's a crapshoot too. Like they had a perfect collection. Now, I'll give OKC their credit. They have a perfect collection of assets and young talent. So I think they're going to be a perennial team that makes the playoffs. And as long as they keep getting better, we'll see them, the Chet Holmgrens, the Jalen Williams, the Shea Alexander, if they are able to stay together, we'll see them perennially going to the Eastern Conference Finals until they're able to climb that hill and beat whatever team that is. You're not breaking that up. So I don't think you should break this up yet.
I got a question for you before we let you go. You brought up Utah. I'm gonna go a little bit further back on Utah and ask you, what year would you have given up on Stockton and Malone?
That's a tough one.
All right,
I would have.
Go ahead.
When they got beat by Chicago, they last year. What was it? 96. I was at Seattle.
So you would. So you know how long they had been playing together before 96?
Decade or close to it, because I know they played together 20 years.
A long time. Now let's go to the Chicago Bulls. What year you would have gave up on Michael Jordan and Pippen?
I wouldn't have. They could have played till 2000.
No. I'm talking about when they was failing, when Detroit kept beating them.
I mean, that's a different era, though, man.
It's the same scenario. You got two stars. They both wing defenders. They both can score. I mean, it's the exact same thing. Two wing players, and one's a true number two, one's a true number one, and they're have a rise to the top. They're trying to get there. They got to the conference finals, lost to LeBron. Got to the finals, lost to Steph. Mm-hmm. Right? They get to the finals again. It might be their year, right? So, how long did it take Chicago, Jordan, and Pippen losing to the Celtics, losing to Milwaukee, losing to Detroit twice, all of that? Then they finally got there and beat the Lakers in the finals.
Well, they won't making the money that these players are making. Jaylen Brown is making $300 million.
Yeah, but that's
Jayson Tatum gonna be making
but
$300
your argument was basketball based, not money based. If we want to talk about money based,
there's nothing you can do about that. If the money doesn't work, I get it.
Yeah, but when this is when the money don't make sense. When I'm paying you that type of money and then you're not making the playoffs or you're getting put out in the first round. But if you're getting me 6 games worth of first round money and selling tickets and selling out games and selling merch, and then 6 games worth of second round, and then 6 games worth of Eastern Conference Finals, and then 6 games worth of finals, I'm getting money. I'm getting money back. I'm paying you, but I'm making money.
Yeah, I'm paying you to do exactly what you're doing. The only part that's not there is a championship. And I get that Boston is a storied franchise, and championships is the standard. But it's people forget how hard NBA basketball can be. Like, give these young dudes, because they still young. How old is Tatum? 27, 28?
Yeah,
26. 20.
Oh yeah, he's not even. He ain't even reached full form yet. He ain't even hit. I don't think those dudes have hit their peak yet. So I don't want to blow that up until they've done that. Keep tweaking the pieces around them, and they've done a good job. I got to give Boston credit. They've done a good job, and they know when to get off of a team. That 2008 Celtics team, when Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen was old, when Ray Allen left to go to Miami, they was like, you know what? This ain't it. Paul Pierce, way past his prime. KG, way past his prime. Let's go to the Nets. Let's get some assets for this team right now. Tatum and Brown aren't near that.
No, they're not.
Hey,
get your last word. Get your last word before you go.
Go ahead.
So you think pretty much that Tatum and Brown are not done developing? That's pretty much what y'all are saying. Y'all think that this isn't the best that they're going to be.
Right? No player in the NBA is done developing until they start leaving and exiting their prime. When you're in your prime, you still ascending. Then at some point you get to your peak, and then you try to maintain it as long as possible. And then when your physical body somehow starts taking you out of your prime or your peak, that's when you start declining. We haven't seen Tatum and Brown hit their peak yet.
Yeah,
I don't think. No,
not at 26. Like, even if we going by standards, like most stars don't prime out at 26, 27. You know, guys be in their 30s and still in the early 30s, 29, 30. That's when they're maintaining their prime. And I think that's what these guys are going to do. You keep tweaking the pieces around them. And I got to give Boston some credit. They got Kyrie. They tried to build around these guys because they got there. Okay, Kyrie, that's not working for a lot of different reasons. Let's move Gordon Hayward. Let's move Kyrie. Let's bring in this guy. Let's bring in this guy. Let's bring in Derek White. Let's get Porzingis. Let's get Drew Holiday was the latest addition. And that dude is he was on the championship roster a few years ago. Like, they're making the right moves. They're making the right moves to try to build around their guys, because at the end of the day, they realize we got 2 young stars. Let's continue to try to figure out whatever that formula is to get us where we need to be. And this year might be the year.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks for the call, Riley, man. I appreciate it,
bro. All right.
Yeah. Hey, you like that comment right there, Zoe, on the screen? Hey, we'll take 2 more phone calls, y'all.
What's good, man? Brown is a legit. I like that. H. Linton, I appreciate that, because Brown has never got the opportunity to be a legit number 1, but he's definitely a legit number 2. Yeah, he's never got the opportunity, but if he gets the opportunity, I think possibly he could possibly be a number 1.
Hey, Zoe, hey, Roland Curtis, I got you online, man. Cut YouTube off in the background.
Roland,
Zoe, real quick, what's your thoughts on this one?
What age is prime capped? If you see, it's different for different people. I think that when you look at 26 is definitely, I don't consider 26 being, it may be in prime. I don't think it's close to ending prime. I would say if you're 32 and you are all NBA top player, whatever the case may be, I think naturally Father Time always catches. I know when we hoop, Mel, in my 30s is when I started to feel different. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started to feel like, okay, I can't, I ain't catching no tip dunks at 34. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna happen. I had to change my game. I had to do stuff different, you know, when we hoop. But at 20, 26, man, I was one leg jumping, two leg jumping. It felt good. So I'm basing it off being an athlete myself. And of course, these dudes are at a supreme level, and this is their job. So I'm thinking 32 probably. 32, 30.
Yeah. But it's different though, because to me, prime is equivalent to your peak, and peak is the highest level that you get to, and that's just not your physicality. That's also your mentality, right?
Mentality and skill. You're right.
Yeah. So when your physical peak meets your craft at the top, and your, you know, and when I say craft, I mean you thinking the game and you getting your skill set as high as possible. Once that meets at the top, at the peak, you just hit your prime.
You just hit.
So I think most players hit their prime, because you can be before your prime or past your prime. And when you come in as a 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old rookie, you definitely not in your prime. So it takes you about 4 years to hit your prime, because you still honing your craft, you still learning the game, and you still getting stronger and growing into your man body. Once you get your man body and you perfect your craft, that's around 25, 26. So now your job is, I'm at my prime, I just hit it. How long can I sustain it? And you sustain your prime, you're never going to lose your craft. So the only thing that takes you out of your prime is your physical body. So when your body can't do your peak level stuff no more, like LeBron is still doing peak level stuff as far as how high he jumped or how fast he run, but can he do it for 4 quarters, 82 games a season? The answer is no. But that's because he's not in his prime no more.
Not in his prime anymore. Great answer.
Or if you get injured early, like Kevin Garnett did when he came to Boston, he was still in his prime, but at the end of it, as soon as he had that knee injury, he wasn't big ticket no more. He was past his prime as soon as he got that knee injury.
And you could see it, even though mentally, and he knew what the things were that he needed to do and the things that he had done previously. You're right. That's a great answer. That is the absolute answer of when your prime is.
Yeah, so father time can take you out of your prime, or injury can take you out of your prime, and when you enter your prime is your peak craft and your peak body, man body, when it meets. Roland Curtis, man, what's your thoughts?
Roland, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, fellas? What's up, fellas? You know, I was gonna ask you guys about something basketball related. I'm still interested in the topic about Caitlin Clark. You guys talked about it last time on the last show. And I think last time she was 0-3. Now she's 0-5. And then Angel Reese, her recent game, she had 13 points and 8 rebounds.
Nine rebounds.
Okay. Okay, 13 and 9. Okay. And I don't know if you remember, I brought up the idea that maybe female athletes are not used to dealing with the kind of pressure and attention that a lot of the male athletes are used to, and maybe that's why these two are struggling. And because there have been
hold on, what two is struggling? Reese ain't struggling
at all. She rookie of the month. I mean, rookie of the week, right, man?
Yeah.
Also, 13 is good in the WNBA.
Yeah. For a rookie who she only plays 20 to 21 minutes a game, right?
Yeah.
No. I was going to ask you about that, because I was going to ask you because I saw even like Diana Taurasi, her highest points in a game was 42 points, and I was wondering, like, because they consider her kind of the Jordan of their league, and I was wondering maybe 42 points is good in that league for a career high. And well, okay, so yes, maybe it's just how I'm looking at it, because I thought that.
So look, Google the leading scores from last year, and I think the leading score was 24 points. You know, they don't put up 30 on the regular. Like, there's somebody who just put up 35 plus in 2 straight games for the Suns, I think.
Lloyd?
No, not Lloyd. Not was it Lloyd? No, it was somebody else. Somebody else put up 35 plus in 2 straight games.
Okay.
So you get those, but the leading scores for the WNBA, I think 24 was 25 was it.
Okay, and I guess you have to keep in mind it's a rookie. But I was gonna just ask you guys, in your lifetime, have you ever seen how many female superstars have you seen besides Serena Williams, because I was going to argue that Serena Williams, she came into pro tennis doing pretty good from what I understand. I don't think she, and she's dominant. And even when the pressure came later, she stood up to the pressure and she did well, and that's why she became a superstar. But I was thinking that maybe, people like Diana Taurasi and what's the name of the girl that just Candace Parker, they were supposed to be the Caitlin, the Caitlin Clark of their time, but they didn't really pan out the way they didn't really pan out the way they're expecting. I think they're expecting Caitlin Clark. So why do you think there's only? I mean, have you seen any other female superstars in your lifetime as big as Serena Williams or bigger? And why do you think there hasn't been too many of them?
Yeah, it's plenty. Go ahead. So it's plenty. Hold on. You to my in the W. You to my women superstars. Period, or women superstars in the WNBA.
I would say period.
Period.
So you want that one?
Yeah,
it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
It's too many to name. I could. Okay, if we starting right now, if we look at just based on play, of course, superstar is bigger than just play. The reason why Caitlin Clark, and I know we're going to talk about this tomorrow, so I ain't going to go too far into detail, but the reason why Caitlin Clark is quote unquote the star is not because of her play, because she just got into the W. She just got there. It ain't because of her play in the highest league possible. It's because of her play in college. She was awesome in college, and she's brought that fan base from there. And Mel, you made a great point the other night. She brought that fan base and now it's more eyes on her. But if we talking about just masters of their craft, in just basketball alone, I can go to Asia Wilson, I can go to Breanna Stewart, I can go to Candace Parker. Like, people forget the W didn't have the eyes that it has now, but Candace Parker lived up to the hype.
She did. Her first game, she had almost had a triple double, and it was 34 points, 34-point triple double almost.
Exactly. She lived up to the hype. Maya Moore lived up to the hype. Like she ain't the first basketball.
So Candace Parker won Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same season.
Crazy. She didn't live up to the hype. She superseded whatever the hype was.
She did. Yeah, she did.
You think one championship in LA was living up to the hype?
She got more than one championship.
No, she has one in LA, one in Chicago, and then she has like three.
She got two in LA. She won one with Lisa Leslie. She won one by herself.
Did she win one in Vegas or last year? Who won the championship last year? Did Vegas win it last year?
She was there. She was there last year.
She only won one in LA, one in Vegas, and one in Chicago.
So she's a two-time champion. So she's
one finals MVP. And I'm just saying superstar as in like I wouldn't say any of those people that you name are on the same level as Serena Williams superstar status. Like, what I'm saying is I remember there was like a round table like 20 years ago. They had Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods. I don't know why they had Charles Barkley there. And the only female I can remember at that table was Serena Williams. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, probably because there's not any other women on that level that can sit at a table. I'm talking about, I don't think Candace Parker, Diana Taurasi.
Man. Candace Parker's star is huge, man. So is Lisa Leslie.
No. They can't sit at a table.
So is Simone Biles. I mean, Serena. Look, even Layla Ali stars that huge, man. Even Cheryl Miller stars that huge.
FloJo, Allison Felix.
No. I don't think they're not going to sit at a table with. That's why. I mean, those people that you name.
They're masters of their craft, though, Rolly. They're masters.
They did well. No, I agree. They did well in their sport. But I'm talking about people. Yeah, okay.
No. They did more. Sport. They did more than do well at their sport, bro.
I did well at my sport. They are masters of their craft.
Yeah, they was at the top. That was the Tiger Woods of their sport while they was playing. Diana Taurasi and Candace Parker was the Tiger Woods of the WNBA.
It was nobody.
Cheryl Miller was not Cheryl Miller, but the girl that played for the Comets and won the first 4 WNBA championships.
Cynthia Cooper? No.
Cynthia Cooper was the Michael Jordan, was the Tiger Woods of the WNBA.
Okay, I mean transcend their sport. That's what I mean.
Okay, transcend.
Serena Williams transcended tennis, right? I'm talking about.
Okay, so Serena Williams is up there with Tiger Woods, Jordan, Wayne Gretzky. they transcended their sport. Okay, yeah, I give you that.
Okay.
So, but your question was,
is there any other?
Why do I think there's nobody else that's reaching Serena Williams level? There's females. The same reason why it ain't many dudes is reaching Jordan's level in any sport.
100%. It's hard to do. Like it's hard. Like I think when it comes to Serena, like there have been other women tennis players who have been great. They haven't sustained the greatness for as long as she did, and I get that's why I'm guessing, Rolla, if I'm not mistaken, that's why you're saying that she is sitting at the table with the Tigers and the MJs, right?
No, she literally was at a round table. They had a round table talk, and literally they were all sitting at the table talking about their experience. Like I remember Serena Williams was saying that she couldn't be a basketball player because she didn't want to have to depend on other people, and because Jordan was there. And then Tiger Woods made a joke about how Charles Barkley has never won a championship. I don't know where it is on YouTube because I saw.
No, I seen it before, but I was going to actually react to something that was said, and I forgot all about it. I'm glad you reminded me because that was something that we could do. Yeah, I got to react to it. Nah, Linton, it was Cynthia Cooper. She led the comments.
And
she was,
they won 4 championships. I remember. Yeah, but I'm just saying that
yeah, I think Barkley was on there. Yeah, he was on that one.
Yeah,
he was on it. Yeah, no, I was just saying because remember that girl? She's half Asian, half black. She beat
Osaka.
Serena Williams.
Naomi Osaka,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, but and then you mentioned Biles, didn't? But Osaka, like after she beat Serena Williams, like about I think a month later, she started saying that she was dealing with mental health issues, and some people were speculating that maybe these younger athletes are not dealing with mental health issues per se, but is that they're dealing with they're struggling to deal with the pressure and the attention of what comes with being a top level athlete.
That's
Since
fair.
that moment,
that's possible. Yeah. That's possible.
Right.
That's possible.
So, I'm just saying when I've dealt with women, a lot of women hate. They always say that comment. They always say in LA, they'll say, "Why'd you put me on the spot?" Like I've always heard women say that you ask them a serious question or you ask the kind of question. And some of them they hate to be on the spot like that. So
I don't know. I don't think there's no connection to that in women. I can't differentiate saying that women can't be as transcended as a Michael Jordan or a Tiger Woods because they're women and they can't handle the spotlight. I think they handled it well. It's just
you said that there hasn't been too many more female athletes because why? For the same reason there hasn't been too many Michael Jordan. So what was the reason? Is it because they're not as good as Michael Jordan and Serena Williams, or what is the reason?
Well,
they're not as good. Like you can't be Michael Jordan and then just easily just create another Michael Jordan.
No, like the reason this man stopped playing basketball a long time ago, and Serena honestly didn't need to play tennis probably 20 years ago to be cemented as the best. Like when you have those standards, they are just it's kind of a loaded question because of the fact that
but Kobe, LeBron, there's people who have kind of
stop. No.
You put LeBron in there.
No. It's a difference between someone being the first to do something and then the NBA saying, "Oh, we can just keep recreating that with someone," and then you get another guy come in and the machine built him into that.
Mm-hmm.
There's not been anybody else on Michael Jordan's level. Now there was someone like Kobe that was very close.
The closest.
That's
the closest.
Wait. So you don't think LeBron has transcended the sport?
Not on Michael Jordan's level, no.
Transcended.
I'm not saying they're as good as Michael Jordan. None of them, not Kobe. None of them are as good. None of them are as good.
All right. So if you don't transcend it like Michael Jordan, you're not the Michael Jordan of your sport. There's only one Michael Jordan of your sport.
No, but I just not transcended but just transcended. Like you would say Kobe transcended the sport, right?
Not like Michael Jordan. Like if we're comparing it to Mike, you have to pass Mike to really be mentioned. So Michael Jordan.
No, I'm not talking about gold. I'm not talking about gold.
Michael Jordan is still. I'm not talking about gold either, Roland. I'm not talking about gold either. I'm talking about you're talking about transcending the sport. And you can't stack that and be like, oh, he transcended it. Oh, he transcended it less.
No.
And he transcended it less. No, there's the top of it, and no one has reached it.
There's no one exactly. No one has came behind Jordan and said it. But at the end of the day, though,
wait.
If
you don't think Muhammad?
Hold on, Rolly. Listen.
You don't think Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson both transcended the sport? You can have multiple people.
Which one did it at the highest level?
Who would you put in front?
Between those two, I would say.
Yeah. See.
Muhammad Ali, because of what he did.
Okay. Well, stop. That's it. That's the bar. That's the bar.
No, but you stop like that. They're gonna try to say LeBron.
That's the bar. No, you set the bar, and that's the bar.
Yes, exactly. The bar is the bar. It doesn't mean the players that came behind them aren't great.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that. It means because Mike Tyson was great. I'm of the age where I got to witness that run that he went on. Mike Tyson was great. Is he Ali? Do you think he's Ali?
No, he didn't transcend the sport like Ali, but he's still considered a transcendent athlete. Like he's not just a boxer. You know what I mean?
But what's the point? What's the point of mentioning it? If we got something that's a high, that's like me saying, "Hey man, this is the best cocaine I ever snorted."
Sheesh.
Right?
You went there.
Right? This is pure. This is pure. And then I say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you something less pure. Let's brag about that." No.
Nah. It's no. And that's not to say I haven't had any great.
Go Kahana, baby.
I have some of that, but guess what? This right here, I stamp it. I stand by it.
Yeah. Once you had Dr. Pepper, you can't bring that Mr. Pibb in here and be like, "Hey man, but this Mr. Pibb dope." Nah, Dr. Pepper, that's the highest.
Yeah, that's the highest. If you don't reach the highest, and it's hard.
It's not noteworthy. What you're trying to say, because you're trying to make a connection that shouldn't be made. You're saying all this transcended and blah. There's because you're trying to make a connection that women haven't reached the Serena level because there's something that they're lacking when it comes to the spotlight that men have, and I disagree with that.
I disagree with that too, because at the end of the day, she is one of the standards. Like it's hard to pass Serena. We're not even talking about passing Serena in her sport. I mean, in her stardom. It's hard to do that. It's going to be difficult for anybody to do that. It's like Beyonce, and I hate to use that as an example, but I mean, stardom, regardless of what you think the product is, the stardom and the lore and the level that they've reached is here. It's going to be hard.
You can name Beyonce, you can name Taylor Swift, you can name Britney Spears, you can name. I'm just saying that there hasn't been female athletes who have transcended their sport.
But your reasoning why is where we disconnect.
Where we disconnect. It's hard to trans.
Yeah, I understand. No, I'm just thinking about just by biology. I don't know. I just noticed that women that like, at least in my experiences, when just observing and dealing with them, it just seems that when it comes to attention and it comes to pressure. They handle it differently. I'm not gonna say. I
don't know, man. Cheryl Swoops and Cynthia Cooper wanted all the smoke, and they didn't handle the pressure no different.
Do you think FloJo was transcendent?
I think she was. I don't know much about her, but I've heard her name because I didn't focus on her sport, but her name still it means something. So I'm thinking she must have transcended the sport. But a lot of those people
Ali did as well. Layla Ali did as well. Yeah, and she had her daddy's name as a shadow.
Yeah,
exactly. So she's connected to somebody. She's connected to somebody who did transcend their sport. If it wasn't for that, a lot of people say Layla Ali would not have been.
She knocked she beat everybody she fought though, brother.
She beat everybody she fought. She didn't lose. That's what transcended her.
I know she's undefeated. I know. Clarissa Shields. But people see Clarissa Shields, who's had like I think half as many fights as the greatest woman ever, and Clarissa Shields always says. It's because she wanted to fight Layla Ali. She wanted Layla Ali to come out of retirement, and she was like, "It's only because of your father's name that you're living off of." And a lot of people say that Layla Ali didn't really fight. She refused to fight Ann Wolfe, who was considered the toughest female boxer of her time. But neither Ann Wolfe or Layla Ali, either Clarissa Shields, none of them have transcended their sport.
Who? Layla Ali did transcend her sport. I didn't even know women's box. I didn't even know women boxed until Layla started knocking people out.
You can't count Layla Ali, Mel.
Yes, you can. Why not?
Why not?
No, that's like counting Bronny James and
no,
trying
it's
to say
not.
Bronny James.
No, it's not. It's not, brother.
Names matter more than
anything.
Names matter.
Rolly. Listen, I don't care if her name was Layla Johnson, Layla Jackson, Layla Mustafa. I don't care what her name was. Everybody who she fought, she beat.
And she beat them well.
She beat them convincingly. So at the end of the day,
I know. But she.
So Rolly, even if her name was something else, it didn't matter because the work got put in. And so, okay, when she popularized women's boxing. Who name a boxer women before Layla Ali? I don't know any.
I can't name any. No, but that's what I'm saying. Layla doesn't count because of her last name.
That ain't got nothing to do with it. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
I bet you it does.
That's just like that's like saying Janet Jackson don't count because of her last name.
I don't want. She did good too, but
wait, what you was about to say? No, Rolly, don't do that.
No, I was gonna say that if she didn't have the last name Jackson, she wouldn't have. I mean, you consider her? Did she transcend music? I guess she did. If she did, it's because of the other guy whose last name
for women. Name somebody name somebody who did what Janet did before her, and then name somebody who tried to do it after. Because I can tell you, Paula Abdul tried.
I would put Whitney Houston over.
No, they do totally different things.
It's different.
Well, no, I'm saying because
that's like saying you'll take Luther Vandross over Michael Jackson. They do totally different things. One of them stand and sing. One of them entertains and sing.
No, I'm just saying because Whitney didn't. She got it from the mud. She didn't have a last name.
Bro, that's totally different categories, bro. Luther Vandross and Michael Jackson do not belong in the same category, and neither does Whitney and Janet. Janet dances. Janet sells sex. Mm-hmm. Janet can sing. She can entertain. All of that. That's what That's what Mike was. Luther Vandross and Whitney Houston is totally different. Aretha Franklin is totally different.
No, I'm just saying those last names. If we get on that subject, it's because
Roland, man, you getting cooked, man. I gotta go. Before you go, I just want. Right. I was telling you about the averages last year. Jewel Lord led the league in scoring last year, 24.7 points. Mm-hmm. Breonna Stewart was the MVP last year. She only averaged 23, and Aja Wilson, who won the finals against Breonna Stewart, only averaged 22. So 22 points is very good in the WNBA. They don't score a whole bunch of points.
Okay. So 13 points as a rookie is very good.
Very good, especially on a team where you're only getting 21 minutes, and I don't even know if she start. Right now, this season scoring is up. Kalia Cooper, that's the girl I was talking about. Zoe, she the one who scored 35 plus in 2 straight games. She's averaging 31.3 this season. Mm-hmm. Arike yeah, I don't know. No, not Agumake, some other name from Dallas. She's averaging 28
like that.
Yeah, Nafessa Collier 25, Aja Wilson 24, Jackie Young from Las Vegas. Dang, Las Vegas got a 24-point and a 23-point score. Sheesh.
Yeah,
man.
So the averages are lower, much lower than the NBA, right?
Yeah, but they up this year though.
This year, but it's still not like Luka led the league with 32 this year.
Yeah.
You know, right now, and their season isn't as long, so they don't score as much, and their season isn't as long. So 13-9, like that's what Angel had tonight, right, Mel? 13-9.
Yep.
Like that's awesome for a rookie who playing 20-something minutes, and Cardoza is out, and I don't think any of those rookies start, neither one of them. So
no. And then last thing I say, Angel Reese did get Rookie of the Week this year. I mean, this week. And she's averaging for the season 11.5. Well, she's averaging 12 points, 9 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1 steal, and she's averaging 25 minutes. Okay, so she's averaging 25 minutes, and she leads all rookies. She leads all rookies in rebounds. She leads all rookies in second chance points. She leads all rookies in player efficiency rating (PER). She leads all rookies in offensive rating. She leads all rookies in win shares, and she's second in points behind Caitlin Clark, second in defensive rating as well. And her team is 2-1.
Okay, all right, guys. I'll leave you with that. But thank you for those numbers. But I'm gonna tell you, with those numbers, I don't see anybody transcending the sport. I'm talking about in general. Those numbers are. I don't know if they're gonna bring people to watch the sport, and then you have your golden goose starting off 0-5, and her numbers are. I need no dunking and stuff. So it's gonna be. I'm coming to you guys for updates on the WNBA because I don't think I'll be watching this season. But
if you like basketball, I'm telling you, Roland. If you like basketball, you should watch.
Roland, you're a basketball fan.
You said that before, Mel. No, Mel. You said it before. Look, I like milk, but I don't like spoiled milk. I like certain foods, but I don't like expired food. There's certain foods that you can like, but if somebody makes it pretty bad, you're not gonna like it anymore. Is that true or not?
That's accurate.
Yeah, I don't think it connects to this though.
Roland.
But you know what? There's good basketball and there's bad basketball. There's entertaining basketball. There's not entertaining basketball. And even though I like basketball, I like boxing. There's certain
you know what
weight classes.
Hold on. This is interesting. Define bad basketball.
Bad basketball, man. I gotta keep it real. It's low scoring.
That's not bad basketball. You already off.
Roland,
You're already off. That's not bad basketball. That's not bad. But hold on, because part of basketball is defending. So you're saying that
exactly.
But hold on.
Lack of offensive skills.
No. That's not bad basketball.
Boy, Roland, I can't wait till you see these comments, bro. Boy, they killing you. They killing you. I'm gonna be real. I'm there.
I don't think I made. You guys have made bad. You guys have making all the bad points. I made all good points that nobody's been able to really refute.
Which is bad basketball is low scoring. You think low scoring is bad basketball?
No, it's the reason that they're scoring low. If you watch YouTube all the bloopers and stuff of the WNBA, this is why they don't. When you saw Brittany,
they got a whole show called Shaq and the Fool for NBA bloopers.
You not seeing Shaq and the Fool? That doesn't make the basketball.
No, but that's a minority in the WNBA. They're Shaq and the Fools.
But Roland, you just said you don't watch though. Listen, Roland, you're talking to someone who's watched several games this year and last year and in the past as well. And you're telling me you don't watch, but you're telling me that it's bad basketball, and I'm telling you it's not.
Yeah,
but you don't watch though.
But if you go, I'll tell you, Mel, you go around telling people that WNBA is as good as the NBA, you're gonna look crazy.
Who said it's as good as the NBA? Now, be honest with you, I enjoy the WNBA this year more than I enjoy the NBA.
Facts.
I'm being honest with you. It's better. They're playing better basketball, and it's less rigged.
It's less influence. That's what I'll say. It's less.
But no, you could be right with that, but it's not going. It's not going to ever compete with the NBA.
Who cares?
A lot of people
and high school basketball never go compete with college basketball, but
YMCA probably never gonna compete with college basketball either. But
college basketball is better. College basketball is better. See, that's why your points are not too strong because college basketball is actually better than high school basketball. So that's why high school basketball would never compete with college basketball. But you enjoyed the WNBA last season, cool, but I think, Mel, you're going to be in the minority, even though they play a certain basketball.
But I've been in the minority my whole life. I live in the minority. I don't think like anybody else, Roland. That's why you subscribe to the channel, because I'm unique in what I say.
Because we're different. Roland, let me tell you something, bro.
Yeah.
We are basketball fans. We are not. I got a favorite team. Mel don't even got no favorite team no more. Like y'all, like we basketball fans. So if I am a fan of the sport, then at the end of the day, if they are playing the sport correctly, regardless of athleticism, regardless of who can jump highest or who can dunk, because of course we know a lot of the girls can't do that. I think that's what you're looking for. You're looking for entertainment purposes. I don't play.
No. Even their shooting percentages are very low. Like that's what I'm saying. It's a lack of offensive and defensive skills. And maybe they have more.
That's actually false. I'm gonna say this, Ro. I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, and then I think that I'm buttoning it up right now. Let's define basketball, right? Mm-hmm. When you think about basketball in its totality, everything that's supposed to go in the basket. Let's think of basketball as a gumbo mix, right? And you think of gumbo, like, okay, you got to have the shrimp, you got to have the sausage, you got to have the rice, you got to have it. So let's think of basketball as a gumbo mix. What all belongs in basketball? Defense, yes or no? Just say yes or no. Does defense belong?
Yeah.
Does offense belong?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's break down offense. On offense, does play calling belong?
Yeah.
Does post play belong?
Yeah.
Does off the ball movement belong?
Yeah.
Off ball screens?
Yeah.
The mid range game?
Yeah.
The 3-point game?
Handles, dribbling.
Yeah.
Fast breaks?
Yes.
ISO?
Yeah.
Screen, hot pick and roll.
Hot pick and roll.
Yeah.
What else? Hold on.
I just want you to know, Rolly, while he's thinking of that, all of those things exist in the WD.
No, you
right.
just said all the ingredients of milk.
Hold on, Roland. I'm not done. I'm not done. Roland, I'm not done.
Good anymore.
Roland, I'm not done. Now,
okay.
All of those things I named, mid range, post game, all of this stuff, right? Positions. Does positions belong?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go to the NBA. Tell me what they've taken out of the NBA game. Have they taken away positions? Do they call it positionless basketball? Have they taken away the post game?
Yeah.
Have they taken away the mid-range game?
Yeah.
Have they taken away play calling?
Yeah.
Have they taken away defense? Have they taken away off-ball play, off-ball movement? They take it all away. It's not bad. That's the definition of bad basketball. When you're watching something and the ingredients are not all there.
You're basing it on entertainment purposes, bro. And that's what the NBA does. They doing it for your entertainment. That's why you can see 150 points a night. You get what I'm saying? Like, if they're taking components of it away, if they are taking components of it away, and I got this brand over here that still has all of those components, you eat imitation crab meat, bro. That's what you're doing. You eat imitation crab meat when I got some real blue crabs with Old Bay seasoning over here. I can watch it, I can look at it, and I know that this is real. I know that this is real.
Yeah. Sometimes when you're cooking, some of the ingredients that's in the pot actually takes away from some of the other ingredients, so it's not too much. Like, you might have some onion in there, but you got something else in there that kind of balances the onion out, right? So when you got too much offense, that means you took away defense, and you're looking at it like, oh man, look at the skill set. But if you actually added defense to it, you couldn't even use some of those offensive skill sets because it'd be bad basketball. So playing globetrotter basketball, crossing over, fancy dribbling, all that stuff is not supposed to exist when defense is involved. But NBA took defense out, so now you can see people go out there looking like Curly Neal and going between their legs and crossing over and doing all this stuff. But in the WNBA, you can't come. Caitlin Clark can't even come in and play like she played at Iowa because they're defending her, and the WNBA are calling the games, allowing them to defend her. In the NBA, they don't allow you to defend people no more. I can bump into you and get a foul and go to the line with an and one. That's not supposed to happen. So so you got fooled by it, Roland. But I appreciate the call, man. I'm gonna get...
I don't think so, but thank you for taking my call. All right,
no doubt.
All right, Rolly. Hey, yo, I am going through. First of all, y'all stupid. Mar and Chris. As soon as you said Rolly was getting cooked, just go back and look at the comments, and they were just naming foods that he was getting cooked like.
But Roland is our guy, man. Don't cook Roland too much because he's one of our he's our guy, man. He's that's our guy.
That's our guy. Definitely one of the loyal callers.
Frog legs though.
Frog legs, head cheese. Look at this fried bologna. I am not even down to the shrimp etouffee. Somebody said beignets. Somebody said burnt biscuits. Like,
Lord have mercy. Let's get one more call in, y'all.
Oh my God, Roland done got us over an hour.
Over an hour. It's supposed to be 30 minutes. Yo, man, these people is funny, man. I love Roland, man. That's my dude, man.
That's Roland is our dude, so we can have those type of conversations with Rolly, even if we have different opinions. But that's the beauty of the Man Down Sports Network overall, because you can call in and have different opinions. Just don't be scared to call, man, and make sure y'all hit that like button. Put it.
when it said I messed up mentioning gumbo, it took away the sausages. Yeah, but did they explain it though? They took all the ingredients out that makes it basketball, so it's not basketball no more.
It ain't.
It's something else.
It's a product that like imitation crab meat. Like crab meat, it don't look like that, don't taste like that, but this is what they're gonna give you and say that this is crab meat right here, even though you know it ain't no real crab in there. You know what I'm saying? They might have
it's velvet cheese, man. I just found out recently velvet cheese was a cheese product, but not cheese.
It's cheese product.
I found that out when I tried to make some baked macaroni and that cheese product didn't melt.
It didn't melt. It was
I was like, wait, this junk is still in a block full. Like, it didn't melt, bro. And I started reading the package.
Yeah.
I said, man, this ain't no freaking cheese, man.
You don't know what's in there.
That's what basketball is.
That's what you don't know what's in it. It's basketball is cheese product.
It's basketball product. They can't call it. Yeah, they can't call it. Just like when Kentucky Fried Chicken changed their name to KFC because they knew they wasn't serving real chicken no more.
Mm-hmm. They're serving them.
They couldn't call it. They couldn't call it chicken.
Yeah,
so it's KFC. Did you notice that? That it's KFC now?
It's just KFC. They you know what it stands for, but I don't think it stands for.
They can't call it that no more though.
Yeah, we don't have to call it chicken because guess what? It could be anything.
Michael Jordan fans are the best. What's up, man? He said, "Why ain't in the debate league, man? I don't like debate at all. I like to discuss basketball and talk it, but debating it to try to win, I can't do it.
Nah, we ain't doing that because you know what happens? The stand population comes into play, and so people feel like who won, who lost. No, it's facts versus fiction, and that's what we like to discuss over. But I like Michael Jordan fans are the best. I watch his channel. I watch a lot of his content too. So at the end of the day, you know, we ain't gonna be on a debate team, but at the end of the day, we'll watch it. But that ain't
for sure.
Mikey Brad said he cooked himself. He did though. He did. Like Rolly is a very opinion. Barbecue chicken.
That water was just a little bit too hot. That's my dude though, man. Rolling is my dude.
Rolly know he got much love over here at the Man Down channel. He's there. Look at him right now. Subscribe and smash that like button. Rolly is our dude.
That's my dude, man.
That's our
dude. He might. Hey, Roland, you might have to come on the show on one of these Fridays, man.
Definitely.
We might have to invite you on because because what happened with us is we've been around each other so long and talking sports so long. When we first started this, we had a lot of opinions that was different. But the longer we talked and the longer we discussed things, we started thinking alike. Yeah.
Crazy.
So it's good to have somebody with a different perspective.
Yeah, definitely. Me and Mel, y'all don't understand how much me and Mel argued 3 or 4 years ago about sports. Bro. They don't really get it. Like they
don't remember the Dame and Westbrook conversation.
That's the one I was talking about. Man. Yeah, listen, this is 4 years ago, and me and Mel, I promise, an OG Man Down when we was doing it over the phone. Like y'all don't know, we came a long way, man. We came a long way, but we was having a lot of discussion, and especially on that argument, I conceded because Mel saw something that I didn't see when it comes to the game itself. And I think that's part of what makes him who he is as far as this platform goes. Like he saw something, and then 2 years later, I'm like, you know what? It all makes sense now.
It took 2 years. It took 2 years for it to come clear, though, didn't it?
Like, it did. It took 2 years for me to actually see it visibly, but he saw it happening before it happened, and I didn't. And I'm a man. You know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna say, you know what? I get what you were saying now. It makes sense now.
But you still not with me on the Stockton window.
You know what? Y'all don't understand. I'm with you because I understand it. I understand.
I actually was thinking about this last week, though, and I'm actually coming back to having Stockton closer to my number 5. You know, I'm bringing them back in. So I'm coming. So I brought you in on the Westbrook Dame thing, and you bring me in on the Stockton thing.
You know what? I was so mad because you was a guard. Like, and I was like, how can this guard? How can you play the position? Like, stop disrespecting this man like this. But you know what? You made some valid points, and we had some real heated discussions about where we stood. Stafford and the Rams want me to play. I remember that take.
That was Corey, right?
That was Corey. I remember that bar. The boys would have won a ring.
Hey, bro, football season about to be lit this year, man. Oh, man, we about to be having fun. I just hope, you know what? I hope Colorado and Dion don't, I hope they don't flake out, man.
Me either, because that's what people want them to do. I want them to excel. Chris, that's when Chris was a caller. That's back when Chris, this is back when Chris was just a caller. You know what I'm saying?
Chris is the first nigga to get out of the friend zone he was in the friend zone for the podcast.
He was just a homie. He was just a homie who called in.
Now he living happily ever after in the marriage.
Y'all better get them doggone super chats up. Y'all better get them doggone memberships up, because ask Chris. He was just a caller.
How he get out the friend zone?
I don't know. He had some good takes, I guess. He has some real good case. Somebody said, "Nah, he hit." Oh, who's pretending?
Hey, Chris, what's up, man? Hey, you made it out of the friend zone. What's up? First of all, you fired, man. Why? I don't even know why how you call in sick and then call in the show, man. How you do that?
I've literally been watching this between my chair in the living room and the toilet. I'm trying to keep that information private.
Lord have mercy.
There you go.
You can't, you can't eat gas. You can't eat gas station gumbo, Chris.
Yeah, stop eating the gumbo.
I was on that rolling pack tonight.
Eating the gumbo without the sauce. Said.
Man, they must have put some white people cooked that gumbo.
It had corn in it.
But no, I just reflecting on, like, yeah, I definitely was I don't know exactly when but I think it might have been around the time I did cook Corey with the Stafford take that I was starting to come around.
Yeah. Now you was on the show, you was on the show for that. I'm trying to figure out how you got out of the friend zone to get on the show.
I called in about I remember vividly. I was in the parking lot at work.
It wasn't.
And I called in the Stafford take.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
What? It was me, you, Corey, and Cass. Me, you, Corey, Cass, maybe Jay.
Oh, okay.
I was with y'all before that Super Bowl, so it was somewhere in that season that I joined y'all.
Oh, okay. Well, you out of the friend zone. You out of the friend zone, man. Don't go back. I've seen that. I've seen that happen before.
Somebody said,
I ain't going back. I'm here. You got me. I'm here for life. So
hey, Chris. Somebody in the comments, when we said you was out of the friend zone, they said, so now he hit.
Hey, hold on, Chris. I got a call. Don't hang up. Hold on. That man got out of the friend zone, man. That is the funniest stuff in the world, man.
That's crazy.
Hey, what's happening?
Rod, what's good, man? What's your thoughts, man?
What up, Rod?
Not much. I seen you tried to. You kind of touched. You were going into Colorado, but the conversation suddenly switched. But I kind of felt where you was going, and I kind of feel like the same way. I want Colorado to have the recognition they deserve,
right,
and everything, but I don't want it to be so overwhelming, like all the stars showing up, like it was before, to where it's just overwhelming, and the expectations is just out of reach. But I believe they're gonna do what they're gonna do. I believe I like Dion said, I still believe.
Yeah, I mean,
what you think?
I mean, I don't. Now, do I like when the stars was coming out, and do I like that all black and gold? I got me a black and gold Colorado ain't hard to find sweater. I like all that stuff, man. It kind of remind you of when NWA was wearing all that Raiders gear, and you know what I mean.
For sure.
It was a lot, So I'm cool with that. A lot of people ain't comfortable with it because they're like, oh man, that's a little bit too black for my taste and for Denver. But Colorado love it. It's bringing so much money to them they probably gonna say
from
that.
the sports aspect of it.
Hey, I'm sorry.
The
you just got to deal with it, man. If Tiger Woods show up and beat y'all in the Masters and order fried chicken and watermelon, then that's what he go do. You just gonna have to deal with it. I mean, just deal with it. I mean,
no, you
look,
had to go down.
I'm tired of turning down our culture because it's making somebody uncomfortable in a space that they really didn't invite our culture in it. So be unapologetic. Be unapologetic, and okay, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I'm not apologizing no more for people that look like me because I want them to tone it down to make other people more comfortable. I can't do it no more.
That's right. And I look forward to seeing Colorado, and I want them to get the recognition they deserve and everything, but not to the point where they setting them up for failure.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Well, I mean, even if they set them up for failure, as long as they go out there and do what they do and play good basketball, play good football, the success go come in the draft. The success go come in the draft when his son go first round.
Yeah, and that gives them something to push for as more they're promoted and pushed out there, and people expect. So them young cats, they got drive and motivation, so that pushes them even further. So I do like it,
Yeah.
So yeah, that I just seen you kind of hit it on top, and then it kind of fell off. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that back into,
All right, appreciate it, Rod. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, hey Chris.
Yes, sir.
Get your last words. So what you think about the way I answered it?
Oh, that was a perfect answer to the question. Like, we don't have to stop. I think the best answer that you've had probably like within the last couple of weeks is you can't teach people calculus if they haven't passed basic math. But this was a close second. Like, at the end of the day, we are who we are. I enjoy Dion bringing that type of swag and that culture and that flavor to, because that's who we are, honestly. At the end of the day, like, it's comfortable. We don't have to conform to be great. At the end of the day, we're great naturally. We're great in just who we are as natural people. So at the end of the day, like you said, when Shedeur goes first round and Travis Hunter probably goes number 1 overall, it'll breed the results. Like, that's all it takes. You get some guys drafted. Look at Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart was at Alabama. He was the defensive coordinator. Of course, they had success, but he comes to Georgia. He gets some dudes drafted number 1 overall. Now he's the highest paid coach. You get what I'm saying? If you put some dudes to the ultimate level, if you get some dudes to that ultimate goal and they start to excel in that, that's all Dion got to do. And I think he's going to do it. I know he's going to do it when it comes to Shedeur and Travis. And I think after that happens, I think more dudes will come behind him. And as long as he have that draft success, he'll be able to get any job he wants so he can stay there and continue to be successful.
Chris.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget that Rome wasn't built in a day, and they seen Prime and the personality and the philosophy that he had coming in. They thought it was going to be a 13-0 season off rip. And I'm like, you got to understand, a lot of people left in the portal, a lot of people came back. It's a lot of growing pains, a lot of adjusting, and he needs some time. He needs to actually recruit and get people back in there. You know what I'm saying? So like now that he has some time. He's using the portal. He's getting some people like Colorado, and especially when he going to a 12-team playoff, we're not done seeing Colorado by any stretch.
Yeah.
Them
boys game before he got there. One game. Yeah,
that's crazy. Hey, I put a poll up for that first caller. It was doing good. I asked, was Jayson Tatum a true number 1 option? It was about 80% yes. Now 67% yes. Some people voting no that he's not a number 1 option, man.
See, the people like I need call in besides who was the first call? I don't even remember his name.
He was from Raleigh. He didn't even tell us his name.
I think he's called before, but I remember him from Raleigh. But like, he's the only person who called. I want to know, what is it? Is it the recency bias because he had a bad shoot? So next game, let's say he scores 40. Is he back to being the number 1 option? If that's the case, then you ain't looking at the whole picture.
Yeah, I mean, I got to hear somebody call in and explain it, because 32% voting no is wild. 33%.
That's crazy.
But it's only 64 votes though.
Yeah, that's true too.
We'll
look at it again tomorrow before I full panel Friday, and we'll see what's going on with it.
Yeah.
I think they expect number ones to always put up the numbers like that. Like number ones can't have bad days too, and that's what number twos are for. That's what happened tonight.
I don't even know if you can consider what his. I don't even know if you can consider that a bad day. Like he went out there and played basketball. Really. He went out there and played basketball. I've never seen him dogged on defense. I've never seen him not compete. I've never seen him not go out and rebound. I've never seen him get torched. Right. So if he goes out there and he has a 23-point game and he shoot 9 for 20, that's just below 50%. 10 for 20 would have been 50.
And that's
9 for 20 is just below 50%. And then he come in the fourth quarter and hit. I want to say 3 straight middies, didn't hit no rim on them. They needed those points at that moment.
Absolutely. He put the game away. He put the game away in the fourth quarter.
I don't get what people, they just look at the stats and say, oh yeah, he ain't, that dude playing ball.
And then to bring up
I think they
go ahead, Chris.
I think they see like the sporadic games from Jaylen Brown, who's the number 2. They see the contract. They see the All-NBA awards. They think that, because this performance comes from a number 2, that automatically means that he could be a number 1 anywhere else. That's not the case. And that's not what his role is right now. His role is clearly the number 2. Everybody knows that Jayson Tatum is the number 1. But the point of having a good number 2 and the point of keeping that number 2 around is because your number 1 is not going to be perfect 82 games out of 82 and 16 out of 16 in the playoffs. So you need that person that's going to be able to. And like we said some weeks ago, nobody game plans for Jaylen Brown. Everybody games plans for Jayson Tatum.
Yeah.
So there's going to be games when that game plan actually works, and Jaylen Brown now has the shots that Jayson Tatum was supposed to have, and then you get these 40-point explosions. But that still doesn't make him a number 1.
It doesn't make him the number 1 on this team, at least.
At least on this team, you can have a number 1 contract. And that's cool. That don't make you a number 1 player.
Yeah, your role on this team is still a number 2. Somebody said he made bad decisions. I don't see, do I think he takes some shots, long distance shots when I want him to drive to the cup? Yes. That doesn't change his status as the number 1.
It really don't. Everybody made bad decisions. That's what a turnover is.
That's what a turnover is. Do I think
and he's not leading the league in turnovers by far
at all? So I don't understand. Like, if I can have a bad shoot and I can take a bad shot, and guess what? That doesn't say, oh, he's not a number 1. Nope, that was a bad shot. You should have drove it to the cup. Now you're not a number 1. You don't lose your status like that. You lose it by not being the best player on your team, and he's still that. So he's the number 1 on that team, and they just so happen to be the best team.
Let me see. Let me see who lead the league in turnovers, man.
Well, I think I know who it is.
LeBron. What's his name? Raphael, something. James.
No, it's Luka.
It's Luka.
Well, hold on. Let me hold on. Turnovers.
Are you doing playoffs or regular season?
Regular season, Luka averages 4 turnovers a game. Victor Wembanyama, the rookie, averages 3.7. LeBron averaged 3.5.
So top 3.
Giannis averaged 3.4. Cade Cunningham. Kevin Durant's in the number 8, so he's in the top 10. Anthony Edwards top 10. So these guys that are number 1s, Luka number 1 turnovers. LeBron, Giannis, Kevin Durant, Paolo, Anthony Edwards, Jokic at number 11. So, and then Steph at number 13. Guess who ain't in the top 15?
This guy,
Jayson Tatum. Let me see what Jayson Tatum's at. Number 24. He only averages 2.5 turnovers a game.
Like, stop. Like, you got to stop saying these. Like, I'm telling you, we are here, so y'all don't have to listen to some of the stuff that some of these talking heads spew. I don't know where it came that Jayson Tatum makes bad decisions. I don't know. Do you mean shooting decisions? I don't know where that came from. I don't know. Jayson Tatum can make any shot on the basketball court.
Yeah,
he can make any shot.
Even dude is what, 6'10"? So what might be a bad shot for a 6'4" dude is not a bad shot for a 6'10" dude.
You think Jayson Tatum 6'10"? I thought he was 6'8".
He's 6'8", 6'9".
I think he's 6'10".
I know his wingspan is stupid.
Yeah, he got a wingspan. They got him listed at 6'8" though.
Oh, he's 6'8"?
Yeah.
That's generous because I definitely thought he was 6'10".
Yeah, his arms is definitely a 6'10", 7-foot wingspan. So he looks bigger than he is even on the court. He plays a lot bigger. When he's going to the cup and he able to do that little step through where he can cup the ball around his hands. Like, I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the bad decisions you saying he making, it ain't translating to turnovers, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it ain't.
If a bad decision is I decided to take this mid-range shot and I miss, it was a contested shot. I like those because depending on when you took that shot, you might have a player like Al Horford or Porzingis in a position to get that rebound.
Mm-hmm.
So I would rather take a shot than throw a bad pass or force a pass. I take that. Before I force a pass, I take the shot. I take that miss, but my big man down there. You know, so and we more than likely get that rebound.
He takes no scrub shots. He's not a scrub shooter either.
How come JT? Somebody, my namesake said, "How come JT doesn't get the same energy that's alleged superstars do when he goes 10 for 25?" How often does he go 10 for 25?
Because they probably won that game.
Yeah, I mean, they won most of their games, and so at the end of the day, even if you go 10 for 25, what energy are we supposed to give him? We're supposed to say he crashed? Because he not.
I would be mad if he went 10 for 12 because I'm like, dude, if you that hot, why you only took 12 shots? I'm mad at that.
Yeah, 10 for 25.
I'm glad he took 25 shots, and we got the win because guess what? When you're giving as much effort on defense as you are offense, your shooting percentage is not gonna be horrible to me if you're stopping your man from scoring and we still get the win.
Exactly.
I think in Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals, Anthony Edwards was like 6 for 22, but was still playing lights out defense
and
was getting other people involved.
That's what I don't understand. Like, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Like, I want Jayson Tatum taking 20 shots a game. I want him taking it. Make, miss, no matter what. He keeps the defense honest because guess what? You have to game plan. Late in games, he does make bad. I don't know. Maybe I ain't watching enough Boston ball. What are those bad decisions? He ain't leading the league in turnovers, so it's not too many. Is it the shot selection? You think he take too many threes? What's his 3-point? I don't know.
They just had a late game in game 1 against Indiana. I'm trying to find the bad decision. I seen the bad decisions that Tyrese Halliburton had because he had like 4 turnovers in the last. I didn't see him from Tatum though.
A few of them.
Yeah, he had a few. He had a few bad late game decisions. The way he stepped out of bounds, he threw the ball over somebody's head. Like those are late game decisions. That's why they lost the game.
Yeah, y'all tripping. And the crazy thing about Tatum is he, out of all the superstars, he's the one who is allowing his point guard to play point guard and make decisions. He's just playing off the ball and taking shots.
And he's
how is he making bad decisions if he got a point guard making the decisions for the team?
Bro, you know how difficult it is for the best player on the team to allow the number 2 to shoot that many times? Jaylen Brown is the clear-cut number 2. He's the clear-cut number 2. But he has played a lot of his scoring outputs have been number 1 like because Jayson Tatum say, hey, if you rolling, keep going. You know what I'm saying? He number 2. That he's the listen. We got a number 1 pick in Atlanta. Y'all don't like him? Send him down there.
Yeah, we're here. Yeah, send him to the ATL. We'll take him.
Please, bro. Like I don't get it.
All right, man. We gotta get up out of here though, because we already an hour over our time.
Listen. That is crazy. Rolly, I blame you. I know you blame.
Yeah, for sure.
Rolly, you don't got everybody all excited and talking. I blame you, Rolly, but you know you our dog, bro.
Yep. All right, man. All right, Chris, man. You fired, but
I'll be there tomorrow.
Thanks for the call.
I'll be there tomorrow. Don't even trip.
I'll
be there tomorrow.
Don't come. The door gonna be locked. Don't come in here tomorrow. Don't come in here tomorrow, man.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, shout out my dog Wild Card Bar in the comments.
I'll bring donuts. How about that?
Bring Crown, man. If you bring Crown, you got your job back.
I'll tell you.
Hey, listen, I got Crown in the freezer. Blackberry Crown and lemonade, baby.
All right, y'all.
Man.
I'll see y'all boys tomorrow, man.
All right, bet.
Full panel Friday tomorrow, y'all. Y'all in the comments, whoever is not a regular listener, make sure you tune in tomorrow around 7:30 Eastern time. That's 4:30 Pacific. Full panel Fridays. Appreciate y'all. Man Down Sports, we out.